shape was it?
Didn't B.O.B. tell us? Have you ever been skydiving? You can see that it's flat.
No, Joe Budden.
Don't do that because you wouldn't say that to B.O.B. face. I'm calling y'all out now.
Nah, Bobby Ray, my guy. We talk about it all the time.
No, Rory and Ma.
This Parks.
What's happening?
This Parks.
What's happening?
You're not cool to me. You're not tough to
it's
me.
back.
You're not the measuring stick of what street niggas listen to.
Microphone check 1 2. What is this? The JBP boys back to business. Welcome to episode 351 of the Joe Budden podcast. I'm your humble, gracious, grateful, and highly favored host, Joe
And
Budden.
black.
Here with a few of my. You don't know what my Ancestry.com said. Don't just.
I mean, you told us every percentage, actually.
Oh, you believe that? Ancestry.com?
No, I actually don't.
Exactly.
They got your DNA now.
They told me I was related to you, nigga.
You swabbed yourself.
Irish.
You swabbed yourself and sent it in and believed what they said weeks later.
Why is everything
You know they're making a Joe Budden right now.
For sure.
They got your DNA, bro.
I got it, guys.
Listen,
Okay.
man.
Thank you. Welcome to our spot.
Though just sending your saliva into some spot is insane.
Oh, I did that 95 times to the African ancestry.
Yo, you sure?
I put that little shit in my mouth like 47 times. Stupid loving hip hop. So I want to go to Africa, and that nigga.
Wait, hold on. That was a
That's
story.
exactly what I want to do. Go to Africa with Sin and Tahiri.
Yeah, that sounds lit. That sounds lit.
And Yandy.
That sounds lit.
Look.
Until freedom.
I'm not playing with you.
What?
Mom. Can I introduce our podcast? What did you say? Till freedom?
Until freedom. That's Yandy's organization.
I'm just picturing the boardroom at VH1. We'll just send Joe to Africa with Sin and Tahiri. Look at what they're doing over there.
Well, that's always the second option after. Well, is Joe doing a pod about it? Hey, send over the cameras. Let's tape the pod.
No, thank you. Please, no.
Welcome to episode 351. Blah, 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 blah.
First and last time, niggas.
This is Maul, right?
Yeah.
Fox is here.
Yeah.
That's me.
Rory is here.
That's Rory.
Erickson is here.
I think it says our names right here.
He's here.
We'll get to him later.
Or will we?
Oh, we won't.
No, we won't.
I promise you we won't.
tried
You
to-
will never hear a peep about this nigga. And Alex the Great is here. Rim is over there. Gentlemen and lady, how's everybody doing? Why am I hot now? I gotta take this off.
You gave him the Bill Belichick today, I see. I like it.
Bill
Short sleeve
Belichick.
hoodie.
That is,
it's
that is the
fashionable. I like
Belichick
it.
now that you say that. Nah, that's
It's trendy.
Right, Rory. You know, that's a good
Sports.
shot.
Does that make you Tom?
I suppose, yes.
Be able to laugh at stuff.
Well, he gave us the Basquiat today. Yeah. He will not be named. Tried to give us the Basquiat today to throw us off.
I like it.
I appreciate the strategy.
I like that.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
You feel better now?
Oh, feels much better. Ooh, almost leaked my Drew Brees bar.
Joe. No.
I almost leaked.
Now I kind of want to hear it now. Kind of want to hear it.
Damn, don't leak it.
No. Shit. Please don't leak it.
Not yet. It's
If
too
there's
soon.
anything I want you to keep in the tuck, it's your Drew Brees bar. Please keep that
All
to
right,
yourself.
check this out. All right, I see what's going on. Check
look at your
this out.
self-care
I'm going to
game.
intro this podcast, and then I'm tossing it over
Frame
to
bars
either
from Drew
Rory,
Brees.
so this could be our NPR podcast,
Jerking
or I'm
off.
tossing it to Maul, so this could
We
be
can
our
get
Bronx
canceled.
Jukebox podcast. But anyway, shout out to our Spotify listenership, our YouTube viewership, our first and last time listeners, and everybody in between, and really know what I mean. Our essential workers. Who else is there to shout out?
Everyone protesting.
People.
Yeah.
I'm out.
People on the front
All
lines.
right, I'm out now.
Yeah.
B Mike Joe is here.
P. Mike Joe.
B Mike Joe is here. Now you guys can fight over the A. Go ahead.
Fight over the
Fight over the A. Come on.
Now let's get right into Maul's trust
See,
issues
look, that's
that have
what
been
Rory
sitting.
do anytime there's an empty aux cord around, too.
What?
He won't let the fight happen. He won't let it happen. He just grab the aux.
Yeah,
Of
I
course.
Like that, though.
What?
Take control, Rory.
That's what you have to do.
Take charge.
control, Rory.
We've had Maul's trust issues on our list here for
Now.
about 7 weeks.
It was no. It wasn't my trust issues. It was
Your theory on
How
trust
do
What
you-
trust issues could he have?
No,
he's
he doesn't
going right
trust
back. He's
anyone.
going right
No.
back to Dyckman.
It's how do y'all deal with trust issues? Because all of y'all are in relationships, right?
True.
So
No.
how do you deal with trust issues?
Trust issues.
For the record.
By suppressing them.
All right, we don't want to hear from Joe on this topic. This is not your topic.
I don't have trust issues.
He's not wrong.
I hate to
You
run.
have trust issues.
Tell me what I have.
You have trust
Nigga,
issues.
you never been in a relationship with me.
All right, I'm not doing it. I see what type of
I knew
zone
when he
Joe-
walked in what it was today.
I see what type of zone he in today. I'm not doing this.
You're not my ex, nigga.
I'm not doing
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this today. No, we're not doing that.
Don't touch me.
Nigga, we was just talking. What the fuck did you talk about? Now you want to tell people, yo, you like them bitches.
I have you figured out.
Yeah, nigga.
Just met me.
We went on one date.
That's my trust issues. Right there.
Maul, I may have trust issues. What I'm saying is I don't allow them to leak out into new relationships. I handle those on my own, and as they arise, I address them, I express myself, I communicate so that it's not an issue.
That sounds like a good Tinder profile. But what really happens?
Yeah.
I suppress them to myself.
Right, 72
I
bars.
then
Let the world know how I'm feeling.
Okay, what really happens since
Goes to the strip club.
Since you're asking is
I project them on anyone that pours me a drink.
Most men with trust issues, like they try to be controlling, like they try to fucking always be around and make sure they have something to hang over bitches. I do the opposite. Because of my trust issues, I step further back and watch you and wait until you do something really stupid so I can confirm everything that I already thought before I met you.
I can relate to that.
You do the same?
Yeah, I can relate to that.
I give them all the space and freedom to operate as they would in their own free will.
I do that.
So that I can know how you operate on your own free will. That is a great strategy, but the birth of it is trust issues.
Yeah, that's how I handle it. I let women show me who they are. Like, I do whatever it is you would do if I wasn't around. I want to see who you are. Show me who you are.
Well, for someone that's
But
only
women don't
been-
like that because that could be taken as you're not that interested in them.
Absolutely. That's the conflict. That
You know what I mean? Like
arises.
you're too nonchalant. They don't know, and it's just like, what do you mean? Like I want to know who you are. I want to learn you. Show me that I can trust you. But sometimes women don't like going through that phase. They feel like you should just jump into it, trusting them. If they say,
What does a woman have to do to show you that you can trust her?
what does she have to do?
Yeah, you said show me that you can trust me.
It's not one particular thing. I think trust is something that's gained over just time and actions and communication, like you said, and just knowing where y'all stand with each other. I think that's how.
Yeah, it's observing what the result of her, going out and doing her own thing with her own people and
No. We're talking about trust issues.
I am.
And both of you gentlemen just brought in examples that had to do with someone else. But we carry our trust issues.
Oh,
like
okay.
if Maul is not dating women because he has trust issues, then it don't matter what somebody else is doing.
That's what you're saying.
What do we do about our own trust issues? That's what I'm asking.
But I think that doing the distancing thing kind of is a part of that. Is a part of that process of dealing with your trust issues because hopefully things will turn out well.
I agree.
Yeah, but if you step too far back,
Yeah, nigga, come on, jump in.
I was taking in what they had to say. If you step too far back, and I don't want to say test the person, but at least have some real life experience with them, how are you going to answer those questions? Just letting them do whatever the fuck they want to do, and me just, all right, go ahead. That's not really putting them in a situation where trust would be given or taken from.
No, I think you misunderstood. Not letting them just do whatever they want. You give somebody space and you observe, and you just learn more about a person because sometimes when
Or you move them in and observe.
that
That's
too.
probably the best place to learn.
Or that too, but sometimes you have to let people give people that space because you don't want to put that pressure of somebody feeling like they're on the interview.
Yeah.
And they have to, when you're on the interview, it's like you're gonna put your best foot forward, and that's not really who you are during the interview. Like when you go get a job, that's you in there performing.
Right.
Well, me and you have never done an interview. We've
Yes, I
never
have.
gone for interviews. That's what I mean about. We have to start
Yes, I
letting the
have.
audience know who we are.
I've had regular jobs before. What are you talking about?
For real?
Yeah,
How many?
absolutely.
Where you worked at?
3. I worked at the hospital.
Okay.
I worked at the hospital. I worked for
Convenient
weight
that
loss
COVID
center.
popped up.
I was a stock boy at a weight loss center downtown,
Okay.
and summer youth. That was it.
Yeah, those are you probably aced those.
But at the hospital was probably like my only real job where I had to like interview human resources and all of that. Like I had to go sit down and sit in front of somebody and really interview for a job. But yeah, and that wasn't me in there. Like
Did you use Hope
they
as a
learned that the
reference?
first week. Once I got the job, they was
Wait,
like, "That ain't who."
What did you
came
tell
in
them your weakness was?
My weakness?
Trusting.
I said my weakness was no.
You just work too hard.
I care too much.
No, my weakness was
What is wrong with y'all?
I forgot what I told them. They did ask me that though, like as far as working with other people.
That's a question in an interview.
Yeah, they do. They did ask me that.
I trust too much.
No, that
I just trust the
definitely
company.
not my issue. No.
Why girls always give you that when you ask them their flaw?
What?
I love
I
too
love
hard.
too much. Yeah. I love too
That's
hard.
always a lie. What does that even mean?
I get attached.
Yeah.
It means they're about to slash your tires the first time
That means
they're
I'm about to
wrongdoing.
fuck
I smother and then blame it on you.
That's not a real answer.
Those are my favorite bitches that saying the most toxic shit in the world and don't even know. I don't know how to forgive. wait, excuse me?
Yeah, this is not gonna work. Let me.
No, you don't tell them that.
Yeah, no, I mean in your mind, you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
nah,
So slash tires
yeah,
again.
this won't work. Yeah, but I guess those.
I never allow anyone to do me wrong. Like, that's not your choice. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you now, I'm spiteful and I'm out. Okay, thanks for telling me early, psycho bitch.
I'm spiteful.
Sometimes I get physical. Okay, goodbye. Glad you're honest.
Yeah, dating is nasty though, man. It's tough dating.
No, it's tough anything right now.
No,
You really can't date right now.
Oh no,
You could
not
date.
right now.
That's
no.
what I'm saying. That's it, man.
You could date.
Can you really though?
No,
I've heard people FaceTiming and ordering the same dish at the same time.
That's. I don't even like doing that in the restaurant.
Well, same
You
restaurant.
don't like ordering the
restaurant.
same dish?
No, hell
No,
no.
of course not.
No, you got to order something
If you
different.
getting that, I'm getting something different.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
every time.
You want to try? Let
So
me
you
try
guys
some
can
of
you
that.
guys can
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about the veal on FaceTime.
Nah, it's nasty.
But I guess that's the new way. It's the new way of trying to get to know somebody.
Or you could just say fuck it and invite him to your crib.
FaceTime is actually, I think FaceTime doesn't get the appreciation it deserves.
Shit.
It doesn't. Well, Joe, no, we're
I'm
not
shutting up.
talking.
I didn't say a word.
All right.
I was about to joke.
I know.
I pulled it back.
I know.
No, I was about to start talking about
but
sticky screens.
Yeah.
I pulled it back.
I was trying.
I pulled it
not-
back. I'm in a good mood.
I know. I was
I'm in a
trying.
good mood.
I was trying not to talk about that
Self-care.
part of
No.
FaceTiming, but FaceTiming is a great tool. I think though.
Tool.
It is. It's a tool.
He's still in an
It's a
interview.
resource.
It's a tool.
He's still interviewing.
No, it is a tool. It's a
Interview
tool.
of us.
You have it in your pocket.
Tell us
pull
some
it
of your
out when you
strongest
need
skills.
it.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
FaceTime too
I'm
hard.
proficient in FaceTime.
Yeah, I'm fluent in FaceTime. I speak
I'd
FaceTime
love to know what
fluently.
Maul is doing on his FaceTime.
What do you mean?
I don't need to know.
Not doing like physically, but I mean like what's he talking about on FaceTime?
I talk, yo,
What do you-
yo, what do you think? You just got this idea of me, like you don't know me at all. Like I'm just some weird dude. Like,
Do you think
Well,
Maul?
what
Do you think Maul is the ooh when you gonna come see me guy?
ooh,
Yeah. The
you think I say ooh,
Yeah.
Rory?
No, I'm asking a question.
Don't do that. You know I don't say ooh,
Maul, out again, I see.
Joe. You be trying to paint that narrative. See, that's the type of nigga you try to paint.
Oh, out again.
Out again, I see. Out again, are we? No, we are not out. I've been home.
Yo, let's try to guess what nigga Maul is, man. Come on.
No,
This
see,
is,
all right,
this is
here we
so
go.
much fun.
we
No,
go.
listen, if nobody else is having fun, then we'll move on to some
No.
serious stuff to
Let's
make us
do it.
cry.
Let's have fun.
Because I'll cry. I don't care.
So for every time you say the type of guy you think I am, I'm gonna say the type of guy I think you are. So you go first.
How come you always target only me in these instances? Like
You're the
Rose-
only one talking. I got
We have a
smoke for whoever.
podcast.
Yeah, whoever else jump in. Let's go. Let's do it.
Why when he say that, y'all always be quiet like y'all scared? Nigga, fuck him.
I just said he's the ooh when you gonna come see me
Yeah,
guy.
no, that's true. All right,
See?
let me think now who Maul is.
And Parks and I had a life before this where
Yeah.
where we would get our shit off in,
Absolutely.
in
I
a
understand.
nasty
I
way.
understand.
FaceTime was a little more primitive back then.
Yeah, I
It was
understand.
Skype, maybe.
Like, yo, BBM was crazy.
Used to get your shit off in away messages.
Hell yeah.
I miss away
There
messages,
used to be
man.
so much spice in the away message. You
Absolutely.
could tell when Shorty was mad at you.
Oh my god.
Nah, not those socks.
Wait. Wait, Maul be dressing her on FaceTime?
Wall's a stylist on
He's
FaceTime?
definitely doing that.
No, Maul just let bitches come take all his socks, but not his favorite ones.
Oh yeah, no. Can't take my favorite.
No, not those.
Nah, he's right though.
Yeah, no, not those. I'm definitely
Not
that
the
guy.
good
Those are a one of one.
Put
Definitely that
put
guy.
those back.
Yeah. Take the regular
Take
Nikes.
those. The old hangings
Take the
with
bag,
holes
the baggy ankle socks. Go to work with those. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that'll be a reoccurring thing in this podcast. The type of nigga you are. We're gonna get back to that.
Okay.
All right. So where do we begin? Happy belated birthday, Breonna Taylor. Let's do that. Round of applause.
Absolutely.
Damn, it's the loudest applause in the world. Jesus, let's temper it down some. Happy belated birthday, Breonna Taylor. Gone but not forgotten. We love you and we miss you, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. Also, while we're into that, I think they reopened that case.
Yes, they
From
did.
what I read, yes.
They did.
That will not be enough. We need charges and convictions.
Yep.
I've read a lot of stories about one of those cops involved. In that one, he's another racist piece of shit. Shocker there. Plot twist not.
A sexual assaulter, I think I read too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his bag. Sexual assault bag. Nasty fuck. But yeah, happy belated birthday to Breonna Taylor. I want to start there.
Sign the petitions. Donate if you can. There are a lot of resources out there to do so. The fight is not over.
Absolutely not. I do like, certain things are happening, certain things are moving, but
It's baby steps.
yeah, I just again, organized plan. I think that's the things that we need to start really focusing on.
And unified.
Yeah. It's
And
because
awareness.
we can't obviously I don't think you can realistically we can't be in the streets protesting every day, right? But so how do we move from this phase but to keep the fight going? You know what I mean? And I think it starts with us. I think we have to start, number one, investing more into each other in our community,
Yeah.
especially financially. I think that's another step that we need to take is just investing more money into our own neighborhoods and into our own, people and pushing people, encouraging people. I think that's the next step that we need to take is the financial aspect, building businesses, and working more with each other, I think.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of different factions kind of fighting for the same thing. We need to stay together and stay focused.
Absolutely.
I agree. Totally agree. I think
No, we need more from you because you're white.
that's fair.
Can't just I agree.
That's fair. No, I think awareness has certainly been helping more than it ever has before. This case being reopened, I think, has a lot to do with awareness and sharing shit, and actually doing the work. So the more this is shared, the better results have been, at least for this week, that I've noticed. So I hope that continues to carry on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brees.
I'm not fucking with you today. The moment you walked in the door today and you stared at me and started talking, I said, all right, I see what Joe's on today. He's going to attack me all day.
No, everybody, not just Rory. No, I want to attack more, but I'm thinking still. It's coming, don't worry.
All right.
All right, man, come on. Let's get right into the real shit, man. Last week, LL gave it to you. Mm-hmm. Somewhere after that, Nick Cannon gave it to you. I made the gunshot, man.
For the I see what you did, Cannon, Nick.
And now, the king.
Thought the king was going to be quiet?
I did. I did.
I did.
I got nothing from him that indicated
That he wasn't going to.
that this was coming. I've seen this guy do skits.
Yeah.
I've seen him fucking climb houses, be Spider-Man. I've seen him act.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him party. I've seen him do everything. I did not know that freedom fighter was in his bag. Now,
Jamie Foxx who?
let me just paint the picture. Paint the picture for him, man. I was home. I was sad. And I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I'm dying for somebody to post something funny. Nothing's been funny for 2 weeks. We haven't gotten anything funny. Rory, I'm gonna say it. We can edit it out later. But we haven't gotten any tits and ass.
There's still a couple of them out
They've been out there.
They're slowly,
Not the
they're
ones
slowly
we
crawling
want.
back. They're slowly crawling back.
They haven't been the ones that we enjoy when they
Fair.
hit the streets.
Fair.
It's been them other ones scrambling.
Well, they're always going to be there.
So about, hey, just trying to brighten your day. Nah, no, that doesn't. No, it's not you. You don't brighten anything.
Yeah.
And I stumble across King Bach or Batch.
How do you pronounce that?
Bach or Batch.
Oh, Bach.
Bach.
Or Bach.
I think that's Bach.
One of them.
King Bach.
And I said, yes! One of the fucking funny comedian guys are gonna do something funny
Bring a little light
and
to the
fucking
situation.
lighten up the day
Right.
and make me feel joy.
What did you feel?
Turn it to.
That's what this nigga did.
They say a black man was killed, but destroying these buildings has to.
No, wait. Wait. Here we go. Here's a little taste.
Quick to do the whoa and dance savage on TikTok. But I've been looking at your post. You've been silent, so kick rocks.
Never thought about it that way. Never thought about it that way.
Yeah. The fuck? I've been looking at your posts. Nigga, go do something. Get off my fucking page looking at my post. All right, come on, let's go through it, man. King Batch, he didn't do anything funny. He didn't do a comedic sketch.
Nah.
It's not the time for that.
Decided to give him some real. Told his man, yo, pass me the Sharpie. Somebody passed him the Sharpie. Keep. He might have had a few Sharpies. Wrote everyone's name on his body, spelled incorrectly.
Definitely spelled incorrectly.
That's difficult to do too, like writing backwards.
No, he has a team for sure.
Oh, okay.
The squad helped out.
So,
Why is his goatee crooked?
with no further ado,
There's no barbers in the quarantine, Rory.
Just ask. It's off keel.
I give to you the speech that will change the world.
Racism's over by Monday.
You heard of Martin Luther King. Now hear of this king.
They say a black man was killed, but destroying these buildings has to stop. Destroying these buildings is the least of your worries. An innocent black man should never be killed by a cop. This is bad. You shouldn't speak up, man. You might lose some of your brand deals.
You may lose your brand deals.
My people have been dying of injustice for centuries. I don't give a damn how a brand feels.
Yes, you do.
In my comments, talking about all lives matter.
That's what they saying?
Yeah, that's because whenever you hear the word shoot,
you know, you ain't check his comments?
He talking to you, Rory. Don't try to talk
My
over
bad.
him.
COVID-19 is what they told us to fear. 19 years is what a Minnesota cop called a career. Yeah, that's how many years he was on the force before he killed George Floyd with no remorse. Put his knee on his neck without a worry or care while Big Man Floyd was gasping for air.
Don't look away, Ma. Don't look away. I know it's heavy.
I see why you're scared to come back.
Now Parks won't check his phone. Now you look too.
While one of my brothers pleads, I can't breathe.
Keep going, nigga.
Quick to do the whoa and dance
You like
savage
the
on
beat drop?
TikTok.
Dan Savage on
But I've been
TikTok.
looking at your post. You've been silent, so kill. You want people to think that you're active and woke?
Active and
Put
woke.
your money where your mouth is. Go out and vote. Tired of living life on a hope and a prayer. You want to make real change? Vote a good mayor.
For what?
This nigga's.
These innocent names have been turned into hashtags and the deaths we could avoid. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Rest in peace, George Floyd.
Oh, wait, somebody wrote on the back of him too.
Hey,
Oh
look.
shit! He walked away and had some more Sharpie on his shoulder
Yeah, you ain't know.
blades.
Like I get it, but
You wasn't feeling
All right,
bars?
I have a mature response and an immature response. Which one are we doing first?
Let's go immature.
No, not first.
No, clean it up with the mature one.
Yeah.
Go immature first. Always immature first.
No, because my immature one is at least 20 minutes long. my mature shit is about 30 seconds.
All right, well then get it out of the way.
All right, listen. What a message.
yeah,
Indeed.
powerful.
Indeed.
Nah.
And
It's
vote.
powerful.
Please vote.
What words? Like, yeah.
I get it. I understand. I echo some of his sentiments.
He got it. Hey, I like this guy.
I do too.
Let me just say I
Yeah.
like this guy. I know there's a community out there that doesn't like him and Tiffany Haddish. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Are they connected?
Absolutely.
I knew Mo was going to say that.
Absolutely.
Should they be connected?
They shouldn't, but they
But
are.
what Tiffany did, man.
Nothing, but people just connected them, and that's how it is now.
Oh, you have to give me the backstory.
Of what? Of
Him.
people connecting them to?
Yeah. I don't know much
Just
about him.
Comedians that black people don't really like.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
So
That's
now they
really
just
that simple.
Yeah, I don't.
It's really that
I've
simple.
never met this young
I
man.
thought that was a real story.
No, I've never met this young man. I see he's pretty active. He's pretty successful out there.
Yeah.
I follow him. I enjoy his comedy. And I do think it's important now for people to utilize their
I
platforms
was going to say, I love the fact that he uses
Absolutely.
platform. For sure.
without Sharpies.
Yeah.
This nigga got attacked by Sharpies. They say he looked like a Chipotle bag.
Look, I get it. You know, he has a huge platform. I respect him
Yeah,
for
but he gotta sit the fuck
But
down.
you should have thought this a little.
Yeah.
This is a little.
If we weren't in such a serious time, I
Yeah.
was gonna go take a Sharpie and write all over myself and do this.
You have too many
I'm
tabs.
glad.
It won't
Yeah,
work.
I'm glad you did.
Nah, I could do it.
To crudely put them over the tattoos would be even funnier.
Yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. So it's very cheesy, but I do respect him for using his platform.
I think it's going over your head. Let me rewind it.
No, I got it. I got it, Joe. I got.
Quick to do the
You didn't
wall
get the shoots and
and
ladders
dance
guy,
savage on
did you?
Mom, no, you doing the wall.
and dance. Quick to do the whoa and dance savage on TikTok.
You know TikTok.
You on TikTok too?
But I've been looking at your posts. You've been silent, so kick rocks.
You've been silent, Mo.
Oh, cover your ears for these gunshots. I've been looking at your posts. Oh, this is great! Come on, you want to talk about Trina or Drew Brees?
Look at the options.
Yeah, no, that's a really
Give
average
me
question.
Trina. Let's do Trina.
No. Let's get into Absol's bars since we're on a bar
Oh
thing
yeah,
first.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
not get
yeah,
right
yeah,
into that.
yeah. Come on.
I was hoping.
Come
we
on.
didn't.
Now we
Nah, we
gotta
gotta get
give
into
it. Gotta give it to
Solo's
him.
bar.
Gotta give it to him.
This one hurt.
Gotta get into what Soul told him.
This hurt.
Break that down, Mo.
Look, Rory trying to get the black man in trouble. You read it. You
So,
read this.
no,
You read this bullshit.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, because I like Absol.
Me too.
We all love Ab.
Absol says,
And you quote.
Ab be high, man.
but yeah,
Ab
we don't
be
know if he was high at
but he be. But
11:48 in the morning.
we
know if he
don't
was
know.
high.
But it's important to know when
It's a
niggas
high-
be.
Yeah, I get it.
I gotta know if you be high
And his thinking is a little.
when I hear certain
different.
stories
Yeah.
about you.
And this could have went over your head too.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go through it. Let's
It
break
didn't.
it down. Absol says, and I quote, "They killed Floyd in Mayweather." Coincidence? Probably. Conspiracy? Maybe. Spread the good word. Fight the good fight. Protect your neck. Love y'all.
He's got a point.
That was
And
yours.
he signed it.
That was yours.
Joe. No. This was Ab-Soul.
You can't get that bar off twice.
on
She-
Twitter.
No, that was Yaris.
He tagged it with his signature.
That was Yaris Soul.
This is
Yeah, so.
These words from
Yeah,
Ab-Soul
so.
on Twitter. You can follow him
It's definitely yeah, so.
and stay up to date on his thoughts and what's happening in his world.
Wait, what? you want me to stay up to date with this?
Yeah, he might have it. This might just be a
What is
you
what
want
is
me
June
to,
gonna bring?
You want
No.
me to get more of these?
this might be a series.
More
Yeah,
of
we
these
gotta
gems?
stay tuned. This might be a series.
Yeah,
This
good
could be
point.
just
They
the first
killed
installment.
Floyd in Mayweather.
You didn't think
Floyd,
about it like
Floyd
that, though.
Mayweather is a boxer. If you didn't put those two together, the May and the weather, that's his last name.
Didn't he donate to George Floyd's
Ab, come up
legal
here and
counsel
sit
or
down.
something too?
Come up here and sit down with us, man. You my man, so I ain't even gonna do you like I want to do you, right? Just come up here and talk to us, so I can do this to your face, please.
Yeah, Ab
The
got
best
the-
part isn't even the first one. It's the coincidence. Probably.
But what? Yeah, just come sit down. Come holler at the homies, man. But you got a point. Floyd donated. That's we need to salute Floyd on that.
I would like to, I want to salute Floyd. Let me get a round of applause for Floyd, man. loudest applause ever. Floyd Mayweather offered to pay for the funeral services of George Floyd.
Yeah.
The family accepted. I want to shout out to Floyd Mayweather. It's a beautiful deed, beautiful gesture. We appreciate it.
That was dope.
While we're here, should we shout out Kanye
We should.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
for that shit he did? That was beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot.
Kanye West, what did he do? He donated
$2 million.
$2 million.
He started a college fund for his George Floyd's daughter.
Correct.
And then also, I think, donated for black-owned businesses in Chicago as well.
Oh, so here you want to go.
Yeah, I mean,
You asked,
highlight it.
Yo, I'm not doing this with you, man. My patience was
Go ahead,
wearing
cook.
thin this morning,
Cook.
and now you going.
Cook!
I just saw that the Jordan brand are donating $100 million over the next 10 years to the cause.
Social justice causes, yeah. That was dope.
All right, don't give him all the same energy. When he put his cape on for his man's,
What?
Wait, what happened?
it's his man's.
Jordan?
But Park said that. Maul didn't bring it up.
Yes, he did. Never mind. Go ahead.
I'll take it. Hey, I like Mike. I love Mike.
Fuck Parks and Maul. Yo, I'm riding against whoever is getting the jokes at the moment. Like, I don't have alliances. Like,
No,
who,
but that's
who we cracking on?
That's big to highlight because people do, over the years they say that Michael Jordan doesn't do enough in the community.
Nah, that's hard that his
So-
publicist did that shit.
Yeah,
Nah, that's
it's a
hard.
lot. I mean, some people ain't donate nothing. $100 million is a
Okay,
big deal.
Donate
cheddar.
shit to Scotty, huh?
Why you donating to Scotty?
Why?
Well,
Scotty has mad bread.
Yeah,
ain't
like,
donate a thing to Scotty.
Why?
Fucking let Future come through.
He didn't. Mike had nothing to do with
It
that.
was all Mike's fault.
No. Sony Music launches $100
Future
million.
never comes through if Scottie Pippen doesn't have to play for the Blazers and the Rockets.
He didn't have to.
But he did.
He wanted to.
And then Future came.
And then what?
And then Mike left.
Mike had left already.
Yeah,
Well-
Mike been gone for years.
Hmm?
Since
And Future was probably gonna make music.
Yeah,
If
anyway.
Scotty never went to the Blazers.
Yeah.
Come on, let's shout out Sony. Sony Music launches $100 million fund to support social justice, anti-racist initiatives.
Round of applause for that.
Yeah. I think UMG did as well. I think I saw Universal put up 25, which is still good. But
Everybody
you could
donate.
chip
I
in a
would
little
like
more.
to see the receipts and what comes of it.
Absolutely.
They giving all the artists money away.
That's the other
For real
thing.
though. Yeah. Nah, it's a
They
fact.
giving our shit to the fucking
Talk about it.
organizations.
Talk about
Man, if y'all don't give us our damn money back, we'll donate, buddy.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Hey Sony, I'm looking for my publishing. Well, it's funny you mentioned. I donated it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like these companies are saying, hey, we're going to match what the employers give out. Employees give out. It's not how that's
So it's
supposed
all
to go.
your money
Right.
at the end of the day.
Oh, my goodness gracious. What was that we were just reading? Some bullshit?
Who's donating?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that wasn't bullshit.
That was
Well, what was
one.
the bullshit we was about to get into? No, we did Absol. Stop trying to have us go back in on our black brethren. Look at you. at a time like now. You think now's the time for that? Trina or Drew Brees? Come on, give it to me. Cape Town for Maul and Rory.
I still don't know what you're
Rory
gonna
is defending Drew Brees. Maul is defending Trina.
I have no idea what Trina did.
Trina has a radio show with Trick Daddy, 99 Jams. Mm-hmm. And they were having a conversation during some of the protests. And Trina's words, can we find Trina's words? Or y'all want me to talk and look for it at the same time? Trina had some disparaging remarks about some of the protesters, and not the protesters, but the people that were looting and rioting. I guess a friend of hers' store got all messed up, so she felt the way. Trina also has family that has passed due to black-on-black violence, is what came out in that speech from me. She sounded hurt. And let me qualify. I like Trina a lot. I do. She's always been super sweet anytime I've ever met her, anytime I've ever seen her. You don't really hear her name in a whole bunch of shit outside of whatever Kaya says. Mm-hmm. But she seems to just really mind her business, and Trick is my family, and I'm repping for Miami, Florida. You already know what time it is. Mm-hmm. This was the first time, I guess, because more rappers are getting radio shows and having mics put in their face to talk and not make music, that we get to hear just more of how artists feel. And during her speech, she just sounded real hurt to me. Sounded real hurt. I won't pretend to know about what, but she said some things that offended the black community. She referred to the looters and rioters as animals, so we thought. And she went on to say that. What did she say? That
I think he has it highlighted right there.
They need to make the curfew at 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's how I feel, she said. The curfew for Miami-Dade County is currently in place from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Keep everybody off the streets. These animals off the streets, acting like they escaped from a zoo. Lock them up at 5 p.m. so the streets can be nice and clean. Protests in Miami, like in many cities across the U.S., have been largely peaceful. Oh, that's not her quote anymore. That's the thick of it. That's the thick of what she said. People didn't respond to it too well. Naturally, they took offense to all of that animals off the streets talk when referencing black people. Understood. She came back the next day and apologized along with, I won't say cleaning it up, but she elaborated or expanded her point, clarified.
The Trick and Trina Morning Show. I'm Trina, Chick Daddy Dollar. Just want to say I apologize sincerely to everybody I offended by what I said. I spoke passionately about how I felt about people destroying our community here in Miami, Florida, Dade County, Liberty City, the inner cities. I was speaking about the community. I'm not trying to take away anything from anybody that has been harassed or bullied or abused or anything from the police. That's never where I was coming from or any type of ill intention whatsoever. And I can see where that was insensitive. So I apologize for that also, because in no form was that what I meant. So I take full responsibility because it was a mistake. It came off wrong. I didn't say the right thing. So I understand why people are in attack mode or feeling that way. But I would never, ever say my people, black people, our people are animals. That's not Trina.
I don't know Trina personally. Let me say that. So I can't say where her heart lie. I do choose to believe that she spoke in a moment of anger and frustration. I do choose to believe that she spoke originally, not the apology, that she spoke from hurt. And just, I'm not going to make an excuse because it was extremely insensitive, and boy, did it sound away. It sounded really bad, and self-hate is a real thing. So, yeah, we stood at attention when we heard one of ours refer to us as animals. And I got to say, it's really shocking that so many people are having a hard time registering that if your first priority is the stores that are being looted and vandalized and not the black man who lost his life, then that's where our issue is. That's how you come off insensitive, Trina. That's how you come off insensitive, Drew Brees. That's how you come off just a tad bit tone deaf. If you are more angry at the rioting and the looting than you are over the loss of human life, then that is where our issue lie. Did y'all have any feedback on the Trina shit? What she said, the backlash?
Yeah, I don't know Trina either, but I'm just somebody that listens. I try to listen when people speak and not just react to the reaction of the room. Whenever we speak about these situations and somebody says things like thugs and animals, that's not, I don't take that to mean they're talking about black people. I think they take that to mean, whoever is out here destroying properties, people's businesses, homes, she just wasn't happy with that. That doesn't mean that she was talking about black people that were doing that or, whoever, because it's not just African Americans, it's not just black people that's out here looting, protesting, rioting, whatever. We've seen white people doing it. We've seen, multiple races doing it. So I think that people just, sometimes, because it is a sensitive time and you do jump to just automatically assume she's speaking of black people or they're talking about black people. I'm not one of those people. When somebody says thugs, I don't think they're just referring to black people. I'm not one of those guys. And we do know thugs is not just race specific. You know what I mean? We've seen the news, you see it. So, a lot of the times when people say things,
it depends who's saying it. Thugs.
It doesn't matter who's saying it.
Whose mouth it comes from.
We also
know hold on, Joe. I'm just
talking.
talking about words and their meanings. The word thug is not race specific.
Yes.
It's not gender specific. the word
Shouldn't be.
animal is not race specific.
Shouldn't be.
Or gender specific. Right. So what I'm saying is, we talking about just what Trina said. I'm just reacting to what Trina said. I don't think that she was referring to, her black people that are upset. I think she was referring to the small groups of people who are just out here tearing up properties, tearing up people's cars, businesses, whatever they're tearing up. She's saying she just doesn't like that.
Did you
part
say
of it.
by definition, Rory? Because that's wrong.
What?
If Rory said by definition, I want to correct him.
By definition, no, it's not race specific, but certain people that use it are using it in a race specific way.
Got it.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
I'm just speaking on Trina.
Oh no,
I don't
no.
think-
I know you're saying. I'm just saying a lot of other people use the word thug and animal, and they're talking about a specific race.
Yeah, okay. That may be, that may be. In this case, I'm just speaking on what Trina said. I'm responding to what Joe saying about.
Well, did she
Trina
say
said.
thug? I mean, I know she
said animals.
Yeah, okay.
She said
Right.
animals.
So,
Gotcha.
People, because it is a sensitive time, so people are, they're quick to jump on it and think that, oh, she's talking about her own people like that. And sometimes you got to just listen to what somebody's saying. And to me, when somebody says animals, I'm not just thinking race specific, because I've seen, Latinos tear up property and loot and all of this. I've seen white people do it. So it's like, I'm not just jumping to race, but again, I may be the only person in the room that's listening in that way, because I'm in this time, it's very important that we think. People are full of rage right now and want to react and want to just lash out. But it's also, and I understand that, rightfully so. But it is also important that we think and we listen to each other in a time like this, because things can get misconstrued, things can get spun out of control. Like the whole thing with the Dyckman situation, that could have gone a whole nother way quickly.
Well, don't run through all our topics.
No, we're not. They're
related. We're coming to Dyckman right after.
It's just related. I'm just saying, but people, because they came at us, because we're from New York, we visit Dyckman, we frequent Dyckman, whatever the area. But it's like, we have to just think and listen and just assess the situation before we react. And that's all I'm saying with the Trina thing. I don't think she was attacking. I mean, from what I know about Trina, she loves black people. She's a black woman. She's lost family and friends to violence in Miami. So she has a sensitive spot for all this.
That's also where self-hate can stem from.
Maybe. Again, I don't know Trina well enough to say that's where this came from. Right. But we're speaking about this situation. So I understand that that's where self-hate can come from. I agree with you on that. But I'm just saying that in a time like this.
So when you use them together.
Right.
So when you say animals and you're not specific, and you go into how it was black people that killed your family, and a death is a death, what is the difference? Mm-hmm. The tone of it, in totality.
I get it. And that's where I think the problem is with what she said, is that it was all a collective of what she said. But I'm just speaking specifically to the animal part of it. That's not race.
I don't think
or
Trina's,
gender specific.
I don't think that Trina's malicious.
I don't think she was saying that either. But I mean, to your point of saying we've seen every single race loot and riot, when they do it and media covers it, the word animal,
it's reported differently.
Yeah, it's crazy kids lost a game, and it's white kids at University of Michigan. Like, people are very specific in the words that they use. That's why animal and thug can be triggers to people, because people use those words to avoid other words.
Absolutely. But I'm speaking specifically to Trina. I don't think she's that type of woman.
I know you are.
I don't know her personally, but I just don't. She doesn't come across to me as that type of woman that will be talking about black people as animals. I don't think that.
Yeah, it's important to use your words carefully during these times. To her, and people that speak. Use your words carefully.
Absolutely.
It's also important not to alienate allies and would-be allies by attacking them.
Super important, yeah. I agree with that.
We need unity.
That's a mistake that's made a lot.
Absolutely.
You start alienating people that are really for the same cause as you.
Right.
Or just channeling it in a different way.
Or just misspeaking,
at the moment.
Yeah.
Or misspeaking. Listen, in today's times, a lot of people going to misspeak. Like, everybody has a platform that most of us are not used to having. A lot of us have an audience that we're not used to speaking to. And we're in a time that we've never been in before us. So it's new.
Yeah.
It's old.
And it's difficult.
But it's new and it's tough. Listen, I said last week on here, protect your energy, combat all that shit, because, yeah, man, it's really difficult now. Like, it's everywhere. It's everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, every clip. really horrific clips out there.
Yeah.
Both video and audio, let me say.
For sure.
I'm from the school of filter all that shit. I try not to look at any of it, but this week, for some reason, I did. And they're all bad. Let's see. Where do we start? I saw people standing in front of their homes, just reporting on the National Guard coming in town, and the National Guard shooting at them while they're on their property.
Yep.
It's nasty.
Yep.
I've seen
The police in Buffalo.
Yeah.
That was really hard to watch.
with the
Yeah.
75-year-old man,
Yeah, that was disgusting.
head bleeding, pushed him. One cop tried to help. Other cop pushed that cop away from helping.
Yeah.
Well, he was pushing. I think that cop was saying, "Get out of here." I'm assuming.
I guess they suspended the two gentlemen that did the pushing, and now 57 police officers have walked out in defense of the officers getting suspended.
Well, you know, the original report was that he tripped and fell.
Correct.
Deuces.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Great. If there's 57 of y'all that didn't help a 75-year-old man
Right.
on our soil, then bye.
Yeah.
From what the reports say of witnesses, and you see this gentleman having one of their helmets in his hand, it appeared that he was trying to give back a helmet to them. He has one of their riot helmets in his hand, and he's trying to talk to the two officers, who then both push him down.
Yeah. Completely unnecessary.
I read a story from one of the medics on one of the scenes of a protest where they shot a gentleman in his head with a rubber bullet.
Which are extremely dangerous, by the way. And they're being
Oh, my
used.
God.
It's a bullet. It's a real
It's
bullet.
terrible. It is.
Coated in a thin coat of rubber.
They're
It's a
apparently
bullet.
intended to be shot at the ground to ricochet up at people's legs to, stun them or whatever.
Meanwhile,
but they
they're
are firing them
headshotting
directly
They're
at
shooting
people's heads.
people in
Yeah.
the head with rubber bullets.
Like it's
I
fucking
can't
Call of Duty
imagine.
and
Yeah,
shit.
people's brains are bleeding. But they shot this young man in the head. Protesters were trying to bring him to some type of safety or some aid, and then the cops began shooting at the people that were bringing him to aid. And one of those people being one of the aides on the scene who knew all of the sign language and the codes and had the rubber band or whatever to let them know, hey, I'm working this scene. Right. And they shot at them as well. This whole thing about trapping people on bridges is disgusting.
Yep. That's happened a lot in New York.
The
especially.
NYPD audio of saying, just run them over.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, don't put that on the air.
Yeah, the audio of that, the audio in Chicago when the cop was like, hey, I got gang members shooting at each other, and they was like, let them do it. That audio was pretty disturbing. Like we've been saying, man, they're filming it now, and we're seeing it now. And the shocking part about all of this is, I mean, this can't really be about how much about race is this? How much is this about race if our white allies are being treated like they are black because they stand with us?
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of different fronts at this point. It's a race thing. It's a people versus police thing. It's a political thing. There's a million fronts. It's capitalism versus the working class.
I think
Classism,
I think most importantly it is the people versus the police system. It's the system of the police departments across the country, and I think that's what people are protesting against. So it's like, it's past just being a color thing now, because we do have, a bunch of races that are in arms with the black community fighting this cause because they understand that it's wrong. So then now I think the police are looking at it like, well, the people are unified now. So now it becomes the people versus the police. And it's unfortunate, man. You know what I mean? It just showed, but again, it's not surprising. I mean, for us, we growing up, we've dealt with police all our lives. It's just beautiful to see that people are united, people are standing together.
Well, that's what I want to get into, Maul.
We pay them
this week.
Right.
We bought those rubber bullets that you're shooting us
Right.
with.
Exactly.
We bought that tear gas that you're gassing us with.
Right.
It's unacceptable. New York State just suspended habeas corpus, meaning you don't have to go in front of a judge within 24 hours. You can
Yeah, I saw
basically detained indefinitely without seeing a judge, which is extremely
That's
fucked
nuts.
up. Extremely fucked up.
It was bad when that was already in place of
Yeah.
people trying to see a judge.
Yeah.
Now
They're
without
using
that
COVID
actual
as,
law.
as an excuse to do it because they don't have people in physical places to see the judge. They have to do it via video or remotely or whatever. So
My thing is, before all of this started, before the George Floyd protests and all of this jailing stuff, they were already having a problem with jails.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So how do they even have the capacity to arrest however 600, 700 people a night? Like, where are y'all putting these people? Y'all don't even have the manpower to do this. You can't pull
Or the
and play.
space.
You can't pull spades and play spades.
Right.
I'm an amazing spade player, so that's just a fact. You can't do both. You got to pick one. These niggas want to pull up the bridges, shoot at the protesters as they trap them on the bridge, lock everybody up. Like, what are y'all doing?
in a pandemic.
Right.
In a pandemic. In a
I
pandemic.
read reports about them gassing immigrants in ICE detention centers, which is also pretty horrific. People having allergic reactions to whatever they're using to detoxify or whatever the facilities. There's a lot of fucked up shit happening out here.
Yeah, I saw the story about the neighbor in D.C. that let everybody in his house during the protest. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I teared up
Well,
a little bit. That was great.
That was a protest. That
Bunch of
became
strangers.
A fight, not so much a protest at that point. Whatever the DC police did, I want to say there was tear gas involved with that as well.
I'm sure. They seem to be using
And
chemical agents liberally.
They had to find a place safely to go because everything else was blocked off.
Well, while we are celebrating the birthday of Breonna Taylor and celebrating them reopening that case, and before we get to some of the signs that are encouraging, because there are encouraging signs this week, I don't want you to think that there's horror everywhere. All 50 states have protested, first time in American history. We'll get to that in a second. but
18 countries as well worldwide. This is the biggest protest they're saying that has ever occurred.
Yeah, I want to get to some of the signs of hope after I shout out some of the other people that we still need justice for. Remember Joshua Brown?
Yes.
Homeboy that took the stand. And they say, what did they say? The drug dealers killed him.
Yeah.
If you just go through all these stories and get what the white people told us happened, this is Botham Jeans, man. Our man Botham.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Botham. Who else do we have? Wait a minute.
Tony
this-
McDade, the trans man that was murdered by police.
Shout out to all our trans listeners, man. Rough time out there. Been a rough time out there for y'all, but I'm with y'all.
Absolutely.
There was one.
Kendrick Johnson, the case in Valdosta, Georgia. That was the high school kid that they said committed suicide because he took his sneaker off in the gym and put it in the middle of a mat, and somehow he just rolled himself into a mat and died.
And took his own organs.
And his organs were.
That's what they
removed from
told
his
us.
body. Yeah.
That's what they told us. They have footage of two white dudes walking in the gym and out the gym, still ruled this is suicide. It's nasty.
A lot came out about that case, which we briefly touched on it last month, or maybe we spoke off mic about that, about the cover up on that one and the person that they have an interest in who his father was and their connections with the police and getting rid of the tapes from that gym. That case is insane.
I don't remember who his father was.
Say it again.
His father's
His father's company did, yeah.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
And his father had something to do with the local police in that town. That case is just as insane as we thought it was when they said he killed himself inside.
I just want to put me on record. All of the cases are insane. I'm not over Sandra Bland's U-turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read
all of this is nuts.
I read a thing in NPR that said since January 1st, 2015, 1,252 black people have been shot and killed by police, and that doesn't include those who have died in police custody or killed using other methods.
That's a nasty stat.
That's insane.
Tom LaHorseford, young lady who went to that adult sleepover with 7 white women and 3 white men and was found dead and beaten the next morning. Not a peep about it. Who else do we have here?
I had read something online about Lavenna Johnson. I believe I'm pronouncing her first
Lavenna
name
Johnson, yes.
correctly. The woman that the United States Army said killed herself in her tent
2005.
in 2005.
She had a broken nose, black eye, loose teeth, burns from a corrosive chemical on her genitals to cover up evidence of rape and a gunshot wound. And they said it was suicide. all of these stories are insane. So I can't shout out Breonna Taylor and not shout out some of these other people. I hope that we get justice for them all.
Same.
Let me say that.
We will get justice for them all.
Now, weird to maybe go from that to some of the signs of encouragement. Last week I came in here and I told you all, I said that it's just dawning on me that in my life and both of my sons' lives, this won't be fixed. And then I left and I wasn't sure if I felt that way anymore, just with some of the, like Park said, 18 countries standing with us in protests. Australia protesting, fucking London protesting, fucking
Paris,
New Zealand protesting, all 50 states protesting. I was grateful for the Drew Brees mishap and fuck up, because that's New Orleans that you fucking up in, and you're in a locker room full of black people. And Drew Brees, much like Trina, kill me if you want, I don't believe that to be racist. I believe it to be a mistake. It's a mistake that white people will make, because white people, some of them don't know.
They don't know, yeah.
Some of them don't know. It's okay. And
their focus is on them. So to Drew Brees, his experience, a selfish one, is to stare at the flag and only think about his two grandparents that have fought in the war and came back to an amazing country for them to be embraced in.
I was really disappointed when I first heard
he's thinking from a very selfish.
Still am.
Because I like Drew Brees.
I still am pretty furious.
And don't get it twisted. Drew Brees has done a lot in the city of New Orleans.
In New Orleans,
he's done a lot.
I remember Katrina.
He's done a lot.
Yeah,
he's done a lot.
Like I remember it. That's why I'm like, yo, this does not make sense.
He's done a lot for dudes with felonies on their record.
Okay,
and getting them jobs. Like, he's done a lot.
I've been mad at white quarterbacks since the Kaepernick situation, though, because I feel if Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or any of these white quarterbacks would have taken a knee or taken a stand at the time, Aaron Rodgers after the fact did. So I salute him for that. But if they'd done something at the time, and I said this back then in that podcast, the whole conversation would have been completely different.
Yeah, changes
for sure,
completely different. And these are all gentlemen who rely on black people to protect them at the line, receivers to go out and catch the ball, make amazing plays, running backs, everything. Like, how do you rely on black people for your career and your praise?
And won't stand up for
that's the first thing I thought when I read that
locker room is going to be interesting.
Nigga, go throw the ball to your granddad then.
Yeah.
Throw it to yourself.
Taysom Hill?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that shit.
And I looked at his offensive line. If they don't protect him.
Well, Drew Brees, quickly, listen, man, Drew Brees and Trina, some of the best cyclists in the world, immediate backpedal. Immediate backpedal. Rightfully so. Very next day, I appreciate not one apology, but two apologies from Drew Brees, because the first one was ass. That was your publicist. We can tell when your publicist is doing it. That picture is from your publicist. I know, because Ian sends me a bunch of corny pictures just like that every day to post. I don't. The black and white hand in front of the blue sky background.
This was gross.
Come on.
No, two of the most smoothest hands you ever seen. Nigga went and posted some hand models. Fam, don't go get a hand model during racial tension conversations, please, Drew Brees. Please. So this was real nasty. I won't even read it.
But by the way, this also back to read the room and who you should hire. There needs to be more black publicists. This is disgusting. This picture is insane.
That's a very good point, Rory.
Like, this is a white publicist that's completely tone deaf, even though their job is to be the opposite and try to guide you through the public.
Yeah,
it's such a great point. Let's expand on it.
You found
more black everything.
You found a Getty image of a white. This is like a comedy sketch.
Right.
That someone would do.
That may be a cartoon.
To sarcastically joke on people that do this shit.
Yeah.
Like, you put a white hand and a black hand shaking together behind a blue sky.
And I will say that I hope that he learns something and grows from this and hopefully educates and spreads a positive message from what he's learned out of it. I will say that.
He's going to take
credit.
He's going to take a couple 15-yard penalties.
But it's still fuck Drew
You're
Brees.
absolutely right, Parks. I'm so sick of hearing that.
What?
I hope he grows and learns from it, because even that's white privilege.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like,
You're absolutely right.
You're correct.
We got to get shot and die, and I'm not trying to press the room.
No, it's absolutely understandable.
And these niggas get to fucking learn from some shit, man.
Right.
Fuck your learning.
I posted a quote on IG the other day that.
What you gave him up?
I was reposting. I didn't give it up. Someone else gave it up, and I thought it was a really good quote.
But you stole.
That, I guess reposting is stealing.
That's stealing.
I mean, there's credit at the bottom, though.
If that counts. But go
Oh, so
ahead.
you just let them know you stole it.
Yeah, like
Nah,
it's
that shit you said was hard. My audience is so much more massive than yours that I'm going to give it to them.
Yes, from you.
Yes, with
that,
love.
That learning about racism is a privilege as opposed to experiencing it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which very much would be the case here. Like, damn, yeah, I guess I didn't realize that black people fought for the country in World War II and came back to discrimination instead of heroes. Fuck. All right, maybe that flag isn't the same when I stare at it.
We've also seen so many veterans and soldiers stand up for Cap that I feel like it's a very weak excuse to say, hey, my grandpa fought in a war, when there's plenty of veterans that say, no, this is why we fought in the war.
Mm-hmm. The whole point, so you could kneel.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that was his
That
mistake.
point is
he just
such
made
a
it
stupid fucking point. But it's a stupid point.
that your grandparents fought.
Yeah.
Nigga, I might ask you about your fucking granddad. Who gives a fuck what your granddad
No,
did?
but then in response, it's like Whoopi
your
Goldberg.
granddad. Well, I'm about to say
Yeah.
the same thing Whoopi said, the same thing Richard Sherman said, the
Yeah.
same thing that any black person
Yeah.
has said.
They
Your
fought.
granddad fought next to some black niggas who came back home and couldn't vote.
That's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact.
The end. Like, this conversation is not about what your granddad did.
Right.
Right.
And when did Cap kneel? What year?
2016,
4
I
years
want to
ago.
say. 15?
4 years ago?
4 years ago.
Okay.
The fact that we're still saying, hey, no one's taking away what people did for this country at war. Cap is kneeling for how black people are treated by the police.
Right.
The fact that that's still lost in this conversation.
To football players.
At this point, you're just,
to quarterbacks. Jesus, man.
Just say it.
No way. No way.
Just say it.
No way, buddy.
He's going to call him a cracker?
No, I was going to say to the football players. It's in there. Expecting them to. All right.
I get it. I get where you're going.
Well, I wasn't going there. Rory made me do it. That's white shit. That's white shit. I wasn't doing it. Rory knew where I was going and said, kill them niggas. And I did it.
Bring King back,
I'm
man.
ashamed. King back.
Bring King back.
Bring King back. So yeah, Drew Brees. Listen, I was shocked. I was shocked but happy that all the football players found a real eloquent way to let Drew Brees know that they were peeved at him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad they all didn't curse him out. I was happy Ed Reed cursed him out because that's just who I believe Ed Reed to be.
Absolutely.
But
Shannon Sharp had a
other
really
than
good
that,
thing, too.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Shannon Sharp had a
He laid
real
into
good
him.
segment.
Shannon Sharp should be up for a contract renegotiation soon.
He should get all the
Oh,
money.
he'll
Yeah,
get it.
give it all to him.
He'll get it.
Malcolm Jenkins also had a couple of videos that were pretty awesome.
But he accepted his apology.
No doubt.
Drew Brees did 3 apologies, actually. The locker room, the first fake publicist one, and the one on video. I'm not mad at Drew Brees. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. It was a moment. You got to forgive white people sometimes.
He was speaking from his point of view, his perspective, which was selfish a little bit. So, you got to understand that. But, again, over the years, if you've just been following Drew Brees and things that he's done in the community in New Orleans, it's hard to sit here and try to convince me
He's
that Drew
not
Brees
Kevin Spacey.
is racist yet. I can't.
It's very
accept that.
disappointing, though.
Yeah. It is. It's
Extremely
disappointing.
disappointing.
But I don't walk away from this thinking that Drew Brees is racist. I don't think that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if I would use that.
Disappointing, but
Yeah.
It's disappointing, but I just don't.
Understandable.
I just don't. I don't feel that.
Like,
way
if
about it.
you're not black, then you're not ever really going to get that fight.
Which is why a lot of times when white athletes say things, I don't get so worked up because I know you're just never gonna understand it.
But I just don't understand how you interact with black people. You work with black people. These are your brothers in teammate. You wear the same colors. You know what I'm saying? For decades, he's been playing football for 20 years.
Right.
And it's been a 70% whatever black league for the entire time. How do you not have some understanding?
I'm more so upset that he still didn't understand.
Well, they're aligned in football. They may be aligned in their brotherhood. They may be aligned in their passions. I don't think so often it comes up where, hey, what side of the Trump fence are you on? Like, I don't know how often that comes up
Sure.
with them. I don't know how often they hang. Like, it just depends on where people have certain shit on their list. Like, you could be fly with someone and something that y'all vehemently disagree about just never come up.
Right.
It could be very
it's possible.
It could be
Yeah.
very coworker-esque environment. I mean, even though it's a more violent game where you kind of need that connection a bit more than you would in an office, but they very well may have that coworker. We just talk about the playbook and then we keep it pushing.
I'm not going to kill, let me tell y'all, I'm not going to kill Drew Brees because of what I believe about him. And I'm not going to kill the Saints or that locker room because Malcolm Jenkins, along with Michael Thomas, everybody did what they had to do immediately. They were proactive. They didn't wait. They didn't wait till the season started. They didn't wait till coach called. They got right to it. I knew Mike Thomas' sensitive ass was going to get to it because he fucking tweet about everything. And good. But it's different from Tom Brady been running around magging everything for years. His team don't say a fucking word to him.
Well, the Patriot players I don't think are allowed to say anything in that fucking organization, but that's another conversation.
Period. Certainly not about Trump because they're buddies, Crafty.
They had a lot to say on Aaron Hernandez, Doc. But we won't get into that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Won't do that. Did you guys see the Barack address?
Yeah, I watched it.
I did.
Did you see his opener?
I did not.
No, what was his
young,
opener?
young dude that gave
Powerful opening.
yeah.
That one.
Powerful opening from the opener.
The one I watched.
But it was just shocking that Obama had an opener. Like, damn.
Openers are...
That's a good gig.
Come on, man. Openers are underrated. You need a good opener.
That's a fact.
Do we know his
He was a
name?
good opener. He was whoever he was great. I didn't remember his name, so I don't have it. Check your local news station.
Because that's where you'll get it.
I ain't the news, nigga. But it was good.
It was good to hear from him.
Good to hear from him. Good to see him. Good to see the opener. Just good to hear from somebody who sounds like they have sense.
Right. Right.
It was just fun, man. Listen, my TV's
Or
been...
someone that can speak directly to the issue because they've experienced it.
That too.
Like, that's another thing.
That too.
Constantly heard white people on TV tell black people how they should feel about something they've never experienced.
Or someone who can just speak to the issue.
Yeah.
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 Like, I don't care if you've experienced it or not. Can you speak to it? Can you lead us through this? So that was good. That was good to hear from Barack. Good to see him. That's all I had with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Just good to see him. Good to hear from him. Maul, come on. How long you want to avoid this Dyckman conversation? Get your cape on. Get your cape on, man.
It's not avoiding it. I don't think it's a cape situation. I just, again, it's important that we don't be so quick to react because you got, and another thing that people need to realize too is
Caping.
There are a lot of people are going to throw false narratives around a lot right now. They're going to try to take the attention away from what the objective is here. They're going to try to, direct the energy into other areas. So you got to be careful of things like that too. This situation.
Tell the people what the situation was.
Yeah.
Before you start caping.
Tell them what Dyckman is. We have a pretty big audience.
Yeah, and tell them what Dyckman did.
Well, they know because they let us know that they know. But anyway, Dyckman is an area in Manhattan. It's a large Latin community. And a few days ago, I think some black teenagers or young men were walking through the area, which is not it's a normal thing for black people to be in Dyckman. But they were walking, and the video shows that they were obviously chased or.
Yeah, are we in 2020 and you just had to say that?
Yeah, this is what happened.
Don't do that. Don't say that again.
What?
It's normal for black people to be in Dyckman.
It is. People made it seem like it wasn't. a normal
We have a
thing.
big audience that knows nothing. Doesn't even know what Dyckman is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to just
give some background on what Dyckman is.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nothing out of the norm for black people to be walking around Manhattan because that's what it is.
Or anywhere.
Yeah, or
it's
anywhere.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Parks. I don't know what these niggas talking about. All right, it's normal. Black people be up there.
Yeah,
Video came out.
It was normal. It was a normal day. I don't know why.
Listen,
it was
the day before that, I'll get a backstory. They ransacked Fordham in the Bronx.
which was a large Spanish group of kids as well.
And somehow the Dyckman community had heard through the internets that the next stop was Dyckman.
Again, false narratives.
After Fordham, they were coming to Dyckman to do the damn thing. Now that's confusing to me because Fordham is a bunch of shopping stores, miles long of just stores to steal from.
Yeah, with glass windows.
Again, false
and
narratives.
furniture.
False narratives being put on the
That
internet.
little store where all you bitches go and get your bed from, that store is done. I saw the video.
Ashley's?
I saw it. No, it wasn't Ashley. It was one of them fucking Fordham shops with the diamonds on the headboard. You know the one with the glass end tables.
I know the bed.
The diamonds.
You've seen
The
it.
mirror and
You've
tables.
seen it. Guess what? They ran in there, broke all those beds.
Yeah. And
Broke all the end tables, the glass.
you knew you was gonna beat when you walked in there.
Yeah, they broke all that shit up. So the next day they were saying they were going to go to Dyckman. So
False narratives.
Dyckman got together, the community of Dyckman, homegrown community,
Some of the community.
a lot of the community got together and they had a meeting with some of the cops up there. And a lot of the cops up there, I'm not going to let niggas just kill the cops up there either. They let me use the phone when I was locked up on Dyckman.
That was nice of them.
They let me use my cell phone. They handcuffed me to a desk and chair and let me look at things. They didn't put me in the
Was that when we had the show?
bullpen holding cell.
Is that when we had the show?
No, this is when I had to turn myself in for false allegations.
Oh, okay.
And I did that, and they were nice. They were kind. They expedited me downtown. I was happy that it was the cop that was cool a little bit. But they had a meeting with the Dyckman cops, and they were prepared as a community for looters and rioters to come by there at night. And a video surfaced of a mob of niggas from Dyckman chasing out what seemed to be just a group of black kids who weren't looting, weren't rioting, weren't doing anything. And boy, did that cause a mess on the internet. Boy, did that put a bunch of you in my mentions.
Yeah, again, false narratives.
Right there, I was home. Some of the things that land y'all in my mentions are so confusing to me.
But you being Dyckman.
I am not the president of Dyckman.
Mayor.
I am not the mayor of Dyckman. I am not the
Representative.
governor of Dyckman.
Mascot.
I'm not the mascot of Dyckman.
All right,
The
frequent,
rapper.
The
of
frequent,
Dyck-
frequent
You
visitor.
fund- you
I'm
fund
not a
Dyckman.
Dyckman
Yeah, you fund-
frequenter.
you
I'm
fund a lot
not
of
an
it.
investor.
council-
You're definitely
definitely
an
I'm not a
investor.
funder. I'm not a councilman of Dyckman. Would y'all stop making shit
You're
up?
the alderman.
I'm not anything of Dyckman.
The
And
alderman of
This is my problem with this podcast.
I don't even know what aldermans do.
I'm not an alderman. I'm not the alderman of nothing. This is my issue with this podcast when I try to get serious. Y'all bring all the jokes to me, and Maul brought Beyonce to Dyckman.
That's a fact.
It's a great place
That's
to
a fact,
party.
though. That's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a great
Yeah.
place to party.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
It is.
Maul brought everybody to Dyckman.
Listen, man,
Yeah.
I grew up in the Bronx.
Maul grew up in Dyckman.
No, not in Dyckman. I grew up in the Bronx. I
All of
have-
Maul's exes are from Dyckman.
No, they're not.
Well,
I
well,
have,
If they
you too.
banned anybody from Dyckman, it's Maul.
oh, no, I'm not banned from Dyckman. I can go to Dyckman.
I don't know anymore.
No, I know. Trust me, I know. My phone was ringing. But again, this was.
Do you need me to accompany you?
No, I'm safe.
You were going anyways.
This was something that just the internet again, just running with things before really knowing what's going on. I have a bunch of friends. I have family in Dyckman, in the Bronx, and one thing I can say is that a lot of the Latin community loves and identifies with black and black culture. So the narrative that Dominicans don't like black people or Puerto Ricans don't like black people, that's a false narrative that the internet just tried to run with
No, it's not.
overnight. It's a false narrative. I grew up with. I was actually on my block. I was actually only one of two black guys on the block. All of my friends that I grew up and were raised with were Dominican and Puerto Rican, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, their families accepted me like I was one of theirs to this day. I can go back to the block, and all of the older people out there, they know me, they love me.
That don't mean that
This
there's
was-
not racist Dominican families.
I'm not saying there aren't, and they're racist everybody.
So
There's
why-
racist
so
colors everywhere. But I'm just saying that the narrative that this was like how all Dominicans on Dyckman feel. They was like, oh, Dyckman is racist, and that's not true.
But this video was disturbing.
It was disturbing. I'm not saying it's not.
And it
I'm
wa-
just saying
and
that
it-
the
and it-
narrative
and it
that was
was-
painted
was-
of this is how all Spanish people in Dyckman feel about black people. That was false. That's all I'm saying, because it's not true. That was that was a very
I know
small
that
group.
to not be true also.
That's
As do
all
I.
I'm saying. It was just a small group that saw some black kids, and for whatever reason they felt like, oh, they might be here to cause trouble because we don't know them. Cool, fine. If that's how y'all feel, cool. But don't paint the
not
narrative.
okay, though.
It's not okay.
But
don't
say
paint,
that though.
Don't paint the narrative. What I'm saying. Don't paint the narrative that Dominicans or Puerto Ricans
That's hate speech. Yeah,
don't like
that's,
black
that's
people, because that is
irresponsible.
not true, and I can tell you that firsthand. It's very false.
That's gonna.
It's very community in Dyckman,
Yeah.
from my experience. And when I say my experience, I'm not speaking on the racist Dominicans or racist Puerto Ricans or just
Who do exist? They do exist.
because they do exist. But that's not my experience.
Right, and just because I've never experienced it, I'm
Dyckman.
not saying it doesn't happen. It's not true. There are some racist, everybody. There's racist people from all over the world. But what I'm saying is, I want to squash the narrative that was painted from this one isolated incident that Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and Dyckman don't like black
And
people.
I'll say they did their best to squash that narrative that video painted as well quickly.
Right.
Quickly.
Well, what exactly happened in the video? You guys haven't said exactly what happened.
Well, people from the black community that obviously knew the young gentleman that were chased out of there, they went uptown.
I think he's talking about the original video.
Well, both the original video and then
In the original,
the video
in
that
the
happened
original
afterwards.
video, you could see a group of black people, because I don't know how many men and women there were, being asked to leave by a mob of Dominicans or Puerto Ricans. I don't know what everybody was, but
black.
Yeah, everybody was black.
Exactly.
But there was a mob asking this small group to leave, even though they didn't appear to be looting, they didn't appear to be rioting. Now, when that video was circulating and they was killing up there, the first thing I did say to myself was, well, they didn't touch him.
No, they didn't.
Because we would have had that video.
Yeah.
If they did that.
Yeah.
So they didn't touch him. And the next day, apparently, these gentlemen came back with a few more people.
Yeah.
And they squashed it. They had a peace treaty. They talked about the misunderstanding. They filmed a video with the gentleman. Then the Dyckman niggas shot a video without the gentleman, just saying, yo, don't let none of that shit that they was talking about on the internet get to your head. We love black people. We're black. We identify. Nothing like that is happening over here. And I will say, when I visit the blocks that I visit over there that shall remain anonymous, it's family. I don't know not one of them niggas. Not a one. But it's, I think I've spoken about this on this podcast even before, just on my dad's old block in the Bronx, fucking the blocks I go to in Dyckman, where community is responsible for community. And I like that. I like that part.
Community policing is extremely important.
Absolutely.
I think it's really important, and I do like that part, with the exception of targeting any ethnic group.
Right.
That seems to be just strolling by.
Right.
Yeah. Outside of that, yeah. But I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they got to the bottom of this. This is one of the things that weighed heavy on my brain this week. I won't lie to y'all.
Yeah.
I won't lie to y'all. I'm like,
Well,
what
it
the-
only weighed heavy because I know exactly, I frequent these places.
Yeah.
So I know how this could have turned out. Like, this could have turned into something
Bad.
that would have spilled into the summer.
Very bad.
And just being out in that area and, the back and forth. Like, it could have got ugly. And
and they
that's
said
why,
that in the peace video.
Yeah, it could have got ugly, man. And again,
And nobody wants any of that.
No, and
course
some of
not.
my best friends are Dominican. Some of my best friends are Puerto Rican. And like I said, I grew up with them. We all the same. Trust me, they identify with black culture, love black culture just as much as we do. And I think that was the important thing to come out of this was that, sometimes it takes for stupid shit or dumb shit to happen for something positive to happen. And I'm just glad that it wasn't something that was, crazy or violent, didn't take place. I'm happy that didn't happen. I'm happy that this got squashed. I'm happy that people came forth from the both communities and said, listen, man, we together. Like, they not going to try to divide us because, that's what they try to do. They try to divide us. We all black. The only difference between us and Dominicans is a stop in the islands.
And that's
On
one of the
slave ship.
positive
That's the
things,
only
Parks.
difference.
Let's bring it full circle to some of the positive things. Because there have been signs of encouragement, is what I was saying. Like, there have been small signs that maybe give me some sense of hope that my youngest son can grow up in a different world than I did. And one of those signs was all the different communities coming together. Now, naturally, when that happens, it'll take on the personality of the community. So, Dyckman, this was beautiful when they fixed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When they got it right. But the shit I seen in Philly with the white dudes running around with bats, talking about they were protecting the police. Maybe not Philly, Pennsylvania, because I don't know what part that was. So don't. I'm not checking. That was nasty. But just the stories I'm reading about this town, Vildor, whatever, Texas sundown town that is, nasty. But I do think that communities coming together, gangs coming together, people humans coming together is a great sign. I do. I think the protesting in 50 states, along with how many countries?
18, I believe.
Along with 18 other countries, that's something that's beautiful.
Yeah, my hometown, which I've always known to be a police state, 3 prisons there. I've talked about it on the podcast before, Elmira, New York. They had a huge Black Lives Matter protest today, organized by a young man named Damari Green, so I want to shout him out. I thought it was in Queensbridge. There were so many people. Small town, 30,000 people. There's thousands of people out.
Wow,
thousands.
that's dope. That's
beautiful,
great.
peaceful. Police were supportive, so that's a positive thing.
They have Black Lives Matter painted on the streets of D.C. in bright yellow. Along with they've changed one of the signs on the main street to Black Lives Matter in D.C. Again, small gesture, but it shows something. It tells something.
Yeah.
The Drew Brees thing with more white people than I can ever remember even attempting to understand what's happening. It's a plus.
Yeah.
The video running around of the little girl explaining to her dad why they're racist pieces of shit, even if it was theater, it's a sign.
Yeah.
It's a sign of something. And I said for a while that I thought this pandemic was preparing us for something greater. I thought that the pandemic saying, hey, everybody sit the fuck down and reflect was preparing us. So the combination of the pandemic, everybody being home, unemployment being through the roof, just people's normal being fucked up, combined with us seeing in real time black people plead for their lives as they're being murdered. I think it's awoken a sense of compassion in people that were struggling in that area before. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just funny how we went from the social distancing thing, and then now
to hug that neighbor.
Now it's like we're literally arms and hand in hand with complete strangers from different walks of life and different communities, all fighting for one cause. It just shows you, when the world decides that we want to come together and change something and do something for the better, it's possible. But it starts with us.
Yeah.
And
there's still a lot of work to be done.
Absolutely.
Let's
but it is,
always
like
remember
Joe
that.
said, it is steps in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Republic removing the word urban.
Big deal.
It's a huge deal.
It is.
Let me hear a round of applause for.
I've always felt that word and the use of culture in sports.
We know
have
that
racial undertones.
It's nasty, that word.
Yeah.
We know that word is nasty. Republic says they will no longer use that word in their departments, and they urge other labels to follow suit.
Which I think they will.
I second that notion.
Yeah, I think they will.
I urge other labels to follow suit as well.
Yeah, I mean, not just only the labels, the platforms that categorize it that way as well.
In Virginia, they're knocking down the statue of the
Robert
racist-
E. Lee.
Yep.
It's gone, right? I think is it gone already?
I don't know if it's gone, but it's planned to
It's
be.
on its way to being gone.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
and
I've seen a
that's
couple of those monuments supposedly with plans to come down.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you attempt to tell us the fabric of America is one way, and the people that you celebrate and acknowledge are statued all over the fucking
Right.
Yeah.
And named every single building after.
Yeah,
and-
no, move these statues the fuck down. And I thought that was real big of them in Virginia.
Yeah, that's a huge deal.
Which was the building in North Carolina
and
that
the
they
speech,
burnt
and the
down?
speech that he gave. I'm sorry, Rory. And the speech that the mayor or the governor, who knows, one of them gave, saying, "Listen, we can no longer be defined by our history.
Right.
Like if we know that history is wrong, and we
Right.
all do,
Right.
then when do we stand up and make a change to actually do something about it, to update the system?"
Right.
Like the fact that he used that word, update things. It's a word we've been using a lot around here. Big problem in America. They won't update things so people are viewed a certain way. I thought that speech was really big, and I'm glad they're getting that statue the fuck out of here. I hope that trend continues. But it's a sign of hope.
Yeah.
It's a sign of hope. Rory, you
Yeah,
were saying?
and just and understanding too that finally people are realizing that just because we've had these buildings and statues named this forever, I think it's time to take them down. In North Carolina, they had burnt down during the quote riot and looting last week. Some major part of a town in North Carolina that was involved with slave trading. And it was like, how could you burn this down? It's been a staple in our community forever. And everyone's like, yeah, that's the point. It's time to burn it down. This entire monument here is dedicated to what happened during slave trade. So we're not looting. We're burning something down that represents the past that you guys keep ignoring or not ignoring.
Burn it down! Board it up!
Burn it down, board it up.
Burn it down and board it up. We coming to fuck shit up. We mad. Fuck. What other great signs are there going on? Oh, yeah, Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti.
How do you guys feel about this?
I love it. City officials cutting $100 million to $150 million from LAPD budget funds to be reinvested in communities of color. What other way is there to feel about this?
Well, the latter part of that headline was not there originally. It was $100 million, $150 million is being cut from LAPD budget.
I always read it with the last part.
Okay, I had read it just cutting LAPD budget was the first time I read it. I did later on today read the second part of it. The first part, just cutting money, I don't know if that's going to solve anything but make police more angry and more prone to target people, but that's just a weird thought that I have. Just defunding them, I don't know if that's going to have them be like, well, yeah, no, I get it now.
I'm not sure that's. I feel like the budget I read somewhere was somewhere in the billions, so it's not a huge chunk of that budget. But I do think that defunding the police is, or demilitarizing the police.
That needs to happen.
Towards that.
The structure of how policing exists in America itself needs to be restructured.
Yeah,
that's more what I'm speaking in, rather than let's take money away. No, let's restructure it. Let's put the money into how policing is going to work in this country in a positive manner. Because obviously it comes from a place back to our slavery conversation of how it started.
Right.
And is still to some degree structured that way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, restructure is something that we need to do in a lot of areas. We touched on that the last podcast. Even as I continue with some of this positivity, real positive that for me, the football players got together and did their own personal Zoom video to send a message to Roger Goodell. I've never seen that before from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome that now you guys are unified in not only your feelings about the Kaepernick situation, but how black people are treated in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Great now that you're willing to stand up to make some type of change. See, when you get angry enough or when you feel enough, you'll take a stand that you maybe didn't know you had it in you to take before.
Yeah. And when you see enough other people doing it, it encourages you more. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
My man, go ahead.
It just goes down. It comes down to you just don't want to step out there sometimes alone.
It's a scary thing to do.
Yeah,
it's a brave thing to do.
So I think that again, we go back to just saying simply if a few more teammates would have just kneeled with Kaepernick,
right?
A few more figures in the NFL would have kneeled with him. It changes everything.
Absolutely.
And I think that this is moving in that direction where people are finally understanding, because it's a conversation that people probably avoided most of their lives.
Sure, it's an uncomfortable.
It's like
conversation.
you know about it, but you never spoke about it.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't think Drew Brees ever sat down and spoke with any of his black teammates about some of the issues that they've dealt with growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Some of their friends have dealt with, and I think now people are having that conversation.
Yeah.
You're hearing people talk now, and sometimes when you look in the mirror, you don't like what you see. And I think that's a lot of times what white America tried to avoid is, they knew about it, but they just kind of didn't want to address it and talk about it because you'll see the truth, and the truth is ugly. And I think that now people are starting to say, listen, like I said, black people are such a forgiving people. This is what we've had to endure. My ancestors, my family, like we've had to endure all of these things. Yes, my grandfather fought in World War II. He came home, couldn't vote, had to eat outside, couldn't sit at a counter and eat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when you start to give people that truth and they take it in, it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really think about it that way because you didn't have to.
Right.
It didn't affect
their lives
you.
at all.
So I think this is the part where you have the uncomfortable conversation, the awkward moment. You get past that and you get to change.
Yeah.
And Joe, to your point with the NFL, I love that they can now speak this freely without fear of being blackballed the way Kaepernick was when the whole thing happened.
Right.
Like, it's not taboo to be able to speak about it in fear that there'll be some backlash where I'll no longer be employed by the NFL or live out the dream that I've been working on my entire life.
Listen, the NFL doesn't go on without some of those players in that video.
Most.
70% black.
Yeah, if all of those players decided, you know what, I'm gonna sit down for a while, NFL wouldn't survive.
Which leads to my very next moment of encouragement. And this is one that not too many people are talking about, but I like this kid, so I've been watching him. That Mikey Williams kid,
I'm not hip.
the consensus #1 player in the 2023 draft.
Talking about going to HBCU?
Fam.
Oh, that's a big
That's
deal.
big.
That's
Yeah.
big, big,
It's very big.
Pull up his quote, please. Listen, sometimes, now I've been watching him just because this is the swaggiest little nigga I ever seen just play. Like, we saw Zion dunk on every white kid that was available in high school. This kid just looked like he just be slow motion serving dudes, and I'm 15, so what you gonna do about it?
Right.
I'm not sure how old he is, but in some of these young kids, a nigga like me can spot that thing.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
You have that thing in you that can either make life really hard or change the whole fucking world. And when I read this paragraph from this kid, well, first of all, him saying, hey, I might go to a HBCU. He said that about 5 times this week in different places at different times, urging his peers, ew. And listen, he's not the first of this kind. For me, Brandon Jennings is in that boat. All these little dudes that's doing the G League thing, bypassing college, they're in that boat. Mikey says, and I quote, "This has been a thought for years." Now listen, when you find one of these kids that got that shit in them,
Yeah.
like they just gonna say something. Like, look, I read this and I was stunned. This has been a thought for years. This didn't just recently pop up in my head. See, he letting you know he nuts.
And he's 15. Like, had that thought for years.
Yeah.
He's 15, 16, and been thinking about this
For years.
for years.
That's ill.
Yeah.
What a lot of coaches don't understand is that we don't need them.
Also a crazy thing in the scope of shit to say.
Yo, can you imagine being a 16-year-old #1 All-American player and saying, check this out, coach.
Yeah.
I'm doing you a solid.
And I know you,
right.
and I know I'm doing you a solid.
Act right.
Yeah.
What a lot of coaches don't understand is that we don't need them. We control our own narrative in caps. I'm very thankful that God blessed me to be in a position to do that. We write our own stories. We determine what the next page in life is going to be. Why does it always have to be the big universities? ? Why does it always have to be the big names? ? Have you ever thought about helping your own people out? ? We are the reason that these schools have such big names and such good history. Man, get the. But in the end, what do we get out of it? What a lot of top level athletes don't understand is if you're a pro, then you're a pro.
No matter what college you go to.
If you're a pro, then you're a pro no matter what college you go to. Even if you don't go to college. If you are a killer, then you're going to kill anywhere. Not enough people speak on things like this, and I've been meaning to do so and put some word out, but I figured this would be the perfect time to do it. See, he been sitting on this.
Yeah.
That's sick and amazing.
Smart kid.
Put the word out. I'm going to keep it short and simple. I just want to let everybody know that I am riding for my people. I'm 10 toes down. Stole your quote, Maul. Come on, get this thing. I'm 10 toes behind the black community. Any way I can help or make a change in the black community, best believe I'm going to do just that. Only God knows what the future holds, but when that time does come that I have to narrow my schools down to whatever number it is, there will be multiple HBCUs on that list, and no, they won't just be there for show. Hit the gunshot for Mike Williams. And I might be fucking his name up. Check his name. Make sure it's Mikey Williams, please. I just know I like him whenever I say
Yeah, it's
it.
Mikey
That is his name,
Williams.
right? Yeah, I thought that was his name. I just know too many Mike Williamses.
Proud of him, man. That was a proud moment. I read that
Yeah, it's a beautiful
this
thing.
week. That
This
was a
is
proud
the
moment.
mind state that changes the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Williams. Shout out to his family. He's obviously a kid that was raised right. The right things were instilled in him. So that's big, and I encourage all young athletes around the world to think like that. Control your narrative.
Yeah.
Control your narrative. Paint your story. Paint your history.
Yeah, no, it's true. I commend that kid. I applaud that kid. Yeah. Where this battle is headed next is the workplace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the big one.
I don't know if people feel it coming,
Oh, it's happening.
but it is coming. Actually, it's here. It's here already. Gabrielle Union is now filing another suit against NBC
Saw that.
and that show.
Good. There's a young group of music industry professionals that are trying to take the Tuesday Blackout thing to the next level. They're called Industry Blackout. You can find them on Twitter and Instagram with that name, but they have some pretty good ideas, and I would like to see that enacted.
Yeah, I saw a
Oh,
few.
do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see him.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him. What else is happening here? Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales announces that she will not be rejoining the cast of The Real because her soul wasn't at ease, and she did not feel that she had much of a voice there. She felt like she was being silenced, unable to be herself. She announced that recently on Instagram. And I thought it was interesting. Like, she said her contract was up with The Real, and she didn't renew it.
How long was she there for? Not that long, right?
Not very long.
That was a short contract.
She wasn't there very long. Well, no contract is short. See, that's the thing. Especially when you're starting, none of these companies are running around offering people 1-year contracts.
God, no. That's why I'm asking. Because I don't
that's
remember
why
her being there very long.
when she says, and that's new, that is this year. So when she says, and Amanda, don't kill me for talking about business that I don't really know. I'm just freestyling. But when she says that she decided not to renew, that's the only verbiage that confuses me there, because normally that choice isn't up to us. Normally the company has to decide whether to renew you or not, and if you don't want to fuck with them, then you walk away.
Nor is a 6-month contract the norm anywhere.
Yeah, no.
As soon as Amanda got there, we could tell that she wouldn't be there long. Or let me speak for myself. I could tell that she would not be there
It appeared
long.
that way.
Like, she was going on there being Amanda.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem like there was a place for her to be herself on that show. And that's just from the outside looking in.
And to her credit, daytime talk show fluffy shit isn't Amanda Seales.
Right.
Daytime shit is not Amanda.
Are you calling the real daytime fluffy shit?
Sure. Yeah, I am.
You don't think they tackle the real topics?
I think all daytime is fluffy shit as any daytime show is.
Get your shit off, Rory.
Do you think you're fluff?
Sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, honestly.
Before the haircut.
I'll take it.
That was honest.
Sometimes.
No.
Josina Anderson's moving on from ESPN, it appears. I guess they had some beefs during the Myles Garrett situation. She sent out some tweets that made them unhappy. I don't know if it's related to that, why she's moving on, but she appears to be moving on. She was a big member of the NFL Live crew, a really good reporter and journalist.
ESPN has either demoted or fired a lot of my favorite black people.
Same.
I'm not saying that those fires were racially motivated.
Me either.
Because I do not know.
We don't know.
I'm just saying that a few of my favorite black people have had a tough time over there. I've been seeing companies get killed all week. Because like I said, all of these companies are going to stand on the, hey, doing what we doing for black culture, and we stand by you, and we're an ally, and we support, and we're donating money. And there's employees popping up saying,
Relax.
not so fast. There's been a guy killing Mass Appeal all week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
didn't
what
see
the
that
fuck
one.
are you talking about? Your staff is 95% white. You want to hire a black person. You fired all the black women from there, and Nas is your front man. Stop it. Now, I don't know those things to be factual.
Right.
I'm only telling you what I'm reading because I've got nothing but time to just sit home and read. I've seen a few employees say the same thing about Fashion Nova when they put out their little press release thingamajiggy. Again, Gabrielle did it when NBC put their little thingamajiggy out. Like, it's just a few companies, and that issue is steamrolling this way. Like, again, when people get angry, sad, hurt, mad, disappointed, rageful enough, like if you just feel enough, you're going to start taking stands in other areas. And some of these companies where black people are having a hard time excelling or even being hired for that matter,
Right.
that smoke is coming to your door. The NFL will eventually have to do something about this Kaepernick shit. Because all of the analysts this week have basically been saying, damn, he was right.
Yep.
It ain't been none of the, what are we going to do next? Enough protesting. What's the next step? Nah, it ain't been a lot of that. It's been, he's correct.
Right.
I'd like to see him get a job again. I would like to see all of the companies, again, I hate to have to say this again, that participate and profit off of black culture actually give a fuck about black culture. Y'all stay wanting the rhythm without the blues, and that's not how it works.
Shout out to Ben and Jerry's. I'm going to buy some ice cream after this.
Oh, no, I got an award. I have an award. I have awards to give out today. Kanye gets the miniature award. He gets a miniature award. I'm still a little mad at him from some of his past antics, but he did that shit. He showed up and he shut up. So he heard us. He didn't say a word. He donated and boogied. Thank you, Kanye.
And he was outside of the protest, too.
And he protested. In a guy that was dressed like him. Next to a guy that was dressed like him.
That, that's the shit,
I couldn't spot.
It makes
I didn't know who
like him.
I know who Kanye was, but he was out there.
Smart move.
Out there in the mask. Thank you for showing up. This was in Chicago. Yay, don't think it goes unnoticed. We appreciate that shit. Ben and Jerry, man.
They gave it up.
I'm not a big Ben and Jerry ice cream guy.
I am not.
But I'm ready.
Yeah.
You're a Haagen-Dazs guy?
No, I'm Ben and Jerry now. Don't ever disrespect me. Don't ever disrespect my ice cream taste buds. Disrespecting my ice cream taste buds.
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry got arrested.
They put out like a 15-page letter about white supremacist behavior.
They was giving it up.
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry donated shit. They cursed out white people. They've been going for like 2 weeks straight, Ben and Jerry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're 90 years old apiece. I'm just joking. If Ben and Jerry's listening, I'm just joking. I don't know how old y'all are. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. But yeah, man, that was awesome. I want to give a kudos award to Ben and Jerry and Lego.
Yeah, Lego gave it up
Yo,
too.
Lego stood up. Come on, man. Don't do that.
I was really waiting for Lego to say something. I'm not gonna lie. I was waiting for Lego. It's a big part of our childhood.
They did it, man. They said, check this out. Done with the cop toys. You don't need to see cops right now.
Ben and Jerry are both almost 70.
The Lego thing may not be true. There's some rumor to the Lego thing not being true here.
Well, delete it, Parks. You got the fucking button.
Don't tell us.
Let's wait for the smoke to clear.
Okay.
What are they saying might not be true? That they didn't donate money and stop making the cop toys?
An article here from brickfanatics.com says the Lego group confirms sets have not been removed from sale. Oh. So
Whether they donate $4 million?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
What you got against Lego, man?
I don't get. I stepped on a lot of barefoot Legos in my life, so
they hurt.
I don't know about that.
They hurt.
I don't know
They
what
stepped
they
on
did.
a lot of Legos.
All right, Lego, your kudos award is pending.
Yeah.
It's pending. We will check back with it next week. Who else gets an award? I thought somebody else got an award. No, I just had Lego, Ben and Jerry's, and Kanye.
They were saying Wendy's was lied on. Wendy's came out. And
We owe Wendy's an apology. Wendy's and Taco Bell. Wendy's and Taco Bell. We owe them an apology. That wasn't nice.
We're going to get chicken sandwiches
It was
tonight.
a group that owns a few Wendy's
Right.
that donated to Trump.
Right.
It was not Wendy's.
Yeah.
That's important.
Nah, they cleared
People
it up.
franchise
It
restaurants.
took a lot in me to ban the loaded baked potato.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do without a Frosty.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Man.
Man.
Not
We
having a
gotta
Frosty
get
again.
a Frosty with a loaded baked potato.
Yeah, that was kind of like crazy.
So I'm happy about that. Shout out to Wendy's. We apologize. Wendy's and Taco Bell are bad. We'll try to do better next time, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all the kudos awards that I had.
Let me see.
Let's see. You want to talk about? We still haven't mentioned. Talked about the Run the Jewels album.
I was going to say, before we got into music, it was good to hear from Lauren London again. I don't know if you guys watched her interview with Red Table, some clips that came out.
Oh, I've got one more kudos award.
Oh, go ahead.
Before you get to that.
We can talk about Lauren after.
Minneapolis. Wow, man.
I'm the whole city as a whole.
You guys, listen, I told y'all I fucked with that city.
Yeah.
Like, I like Minneapolis.
I
can't
love it
speak
there.
about the cops. I don't live there.
Right.
But as a city, I love them. And all week, they just been trying to get rid of the cops. They said, yo, we don't want the cop. No, the last report said, yo, we don't want the cops.
Police, period.
Yeah.
We don't want police here.
Yeah.
Right.
The first one said we are ridding the relationship between whatever the university is there that utilizes the Minneapolis cops and the cops. But now we dead in that.
Yeah.
Like, they've just all week been going hard at severing ties with the Minneapolis Police Department, and it's very forward-thinking. It's very forward-thinking. I want to shout out to Minneapolis. They get a kudos award as well.
Yeah, that would be great if they would lead the restructure of policing.
Yeah. I mean, what a
I
fitting
think that
place
would
for it
be
to happen.
a great city to start a new program.
And a great story. And a great story.
Yeah.
And a great end to a not-so-great story, which is George Floyd, of course.
Yeah.
You were saying about Lauren London, Rory?
Yeah, she did the Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith. I know the Nipsey clip was the one that was floating around. I'm not sure if the full one has been released, but I did see the Nipsey clip, and it was just great to hear from Lauren. You know, naturally she got low because she had to grieve, and I know she's still grieving. But it was really good to hear from her and how Nipsey's legacy has still carried on, and how many people she runs into. And the first thing they always say is how Nipsey has changed their life, and how much Nipsey would appreciate that. But all in all, it was just great to see Lauren and hear her speak through this grieving process. I'm not going to say she's in the best place, because we all know she's not, but it was amazing to hear her speak. That's all, really,
Yeah.
I'm saying.
We're going to continue to pray for her
Absolutely.
and her family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I commend her for even owing us an interview at all. Like, to even get up there and talk to anybody, I think is amazing. So I was happy to hear from her.
Me too. Prayers to Lauren London.
The family, the kids.
All of that. Prayers to Vanessa Bryant.
Yeah.
Prayers to anybody out there that has lost somebody this year. This year has been rough,
Word.
but probably just what we needed, to be honest with you.
In a weird way, maybe so.
Shit, not even a weird way. We needed it. I said we needed it.
Yeah, I think so. Hey! Hold on, let me drop a gem on them. Let me sing this shit for you niggas real quick. Come on, Maul, we got this shit. Here you go.
I'm not fucking up a classic.
Hey!
Not right now.
Come on, hit the crescendo.
No.
Nigga not gonna crescendo with me?
No.
All right, can we do the hook together?
Oh, of course.
All right,
We can sing the hook off key.
Hey,
That's part of it.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Wait a minute. Next time. We'll come back around. Next time. Oh, it's right back around.
As long as you keep.
All right, I'll give you a little background. There you go. Little TV track. You can be
TV on my shit.
as long as you your head to the All right, what you gentlemen want to talk about next, man? Run the Jewels album is out.
It is.
I don't want to rush through that. We 2 hours in. I haven't heard it as well as I would like to hear it. We should probably come back on Wednesday with a Run the Jewels review, no?
Yeah. Parks and I were listening to it before everyone came.
It
And
came out a couple days, so I've been listening to it a lot. I love it. But
It,
we can go a little more in depth next week.
for sure. But the brief first listen I heard, it sounded great.
Yeah.
It sounded really, really good.
Yeah. Perfect time.
Production
man.
sounded nuts.
Yeah.
What I
Shout
heard,
out
I
to
thoroughly
LP
enjoyed.
and Mike, obviously. Roger Goodell has released a video apologizing to black players.
Excuse me?
Apparently, Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL.
I got it
released
right
a
here if
video.
you want to play it.
I do want to play it.
Let's play it then.
I'll be curious to hear what he has to say.
I'm getting back to the optimistic after.
Right after. I'm sure we'll need it.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know.
All right,
All right, let's see
see
what
Goodell
good
had to
old
say.
Roger is saying.
It has been a difficult time for our country.
No
In
shit,
particular,
Roger.
Black people in our country. First, my condolences to families of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and all the families who have endured police brutality. We, the National Football League, condemn racism and the systematic oppression of Black people. We, the National Football League, admit we were wrong for not listening to NFL players earlier and encourage all to speak out and peacefully protest. We, the National Football League, believe Black Lives Matter. I personally protest with you and want to be part of the much-needed change in this country. Without Black players, there would be no National Football League. And the protests around the country are emblematic of the centuries of silence, inequality, and oppression of Black players, coaches, fans, and staff. We are listening. I am listening. And I will be reaching out to players who have raised their voices and others on how we can improve and go forward for a better and more united NFL family.
Sign Cap, get him on a football team. Yeah. Commish.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
That's what you can do.
Robert Goodell is the king of. Now I get it.
Right.
Oh wait, nah, Ray Rice. Yeah, nah, he'll get like a game suspension. Oh no, we should do commercials about domestic violence. Now that I realize it.
Niggas sent Ray Rice to go beat up on Maul in the Y. That's fucked up. Roger did that to you, Maul.
It's all right. Shouts to Ray Rice.
Listen, I'm not mad at the attempt. I'd love action afterward. I don't know if Jay-Z is behind him with a gun out of frame. But either way, I'll take it. I really do hope that this Cap situation is resolved sometime soon.
If it's genuine.
I think it will be.
I do think so too.
Yeah, I feel like
think so too. Yeah. I just feel like this year is the year we're just going to continue to see shit that we never thought we would see, or shit that is just beyond our wildest dreams.
New world.
Hopefully so.
New world.
Yeah.
Long overdue.
Yeah, word.
And it's a shame that it took
That
all this
part.
loss of life and loss of jobs and loss of personal freedoms and individual freedoms but you know what? I mean, let's hope that none of it was in vain.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey. All right, we ain't got but so much show left for y'all, but we gonna figure it out. Rory, what else we got? We doing Run the Jewels when we get back on Wednesday. I'm not running through our whole quote conversation that we keep trying to have. We can do that Wednesday too.
No, we need to have that.
The Let's Build Together guy, we could do that on Wednesday too.
Have to do that.
Gotta do that one.
Meek put out a record. Jim Jones put out a record.
They did.
Both really good.
Timely.
I didn't listen to Trey Songz record.
Oh, yeah, all the climate records are here now.
Climate records are here.
These are 3 climate records.
Got it.
It's that time of year.
Which is great though.
But Jimmy's and Meek's were both really, really good.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Records with a purpose, I'm always here for.
Yeah.
And the NBA is back.
Have they said when they're gonna come back?
July 31st is what I read right before this podcast started.
July 31st.
In Orlando, Florida.
July 31st. That's still 2 months away. But I'll take it when it comes.
Yeah.
I will take it when it comes.
Maul, you want to give the take that you and I were speaking about off mic?
Just pay close attention to the random.
Gonna give him a Mixie Boy take.
Gonna
give him a Mixie Boy take.
Just pay attention to the women that randomly just visit Orlando in the few coming months.
If a lot of women end up with the Mickey Mouse ears on the IG story.
Yeah, we not, Why are you in Orlando?
What, they want to go to Disney World.
I know.
Of course. No, they got family in
you're
Orlando.
right. Now that you say that, you're right.
Now they was born in Orlando.
They love Orlando. Beautiful city.
It is a beautiful city.
It is.
That one little strip that we went on when we was out there.
No,
was
Orlando
mad
is fire.
I'm sure it's really fire if you're retired.
Yeah.
No, we found the little block. We found the little block last time we was there. You didn't come with us.
Me and Parks I thought we was in New Orleans.
Yeah, there's one block that's New Orleans in Orlando. That shit was lit.
Mixie Boys found the block. Mixie Boys found the block.
No, we was with Weezy. Weezy brought us there.
Yeah.
She's a mixie boy too.
She's from Orlando.
And she's a mixie boy.
That's true.
That's true. Both true stories.
What do you know? Let's see what else is going on. Ben and Jerry. Sirius Jones has been arrested on sex trafficking charges. I don't feel like doing that right now with
He's a
y'all.
battle rapper?
Yeah, I don't feel like doing that with y'all.
Where did you read that?
I read
Sirius
that
doing,
on
man?
the internet. XXL reported it.
Oh, come on, man.
It's a really nasty story. I mean, I can read it if you want, but
No,
I mean,
no.
yeah, I'm cool.
We just played
I hope
optimistic.
he's all right. I hope the victims are, or the alleged victims are all right. I hope everybody, Joe hopes everybody is all right, man. Everybody got to do what they feel is best for them, and the Lord will take care of it. The Lord will take care of people. That's what I got. Let's see. Dyckman, Debacle, King, Bach, Mensa, Drew Brees, Trina, Mike Williams. Oh, yeah, we can talk about Whitlock on Wednesday, too. We can do all about the
He did some more
bingeables.
shit?
No, but we didn't really get into it last week.
Okay.
All about the bingeables we can do on Wednesday, too. Hopefully, this can be the last of our really heavy kind of pod. Hopefully, things can continue to go in the right direction.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's
we will
all
go-
good news. that
there's
we
still
report
work to be
on-
done.
on
A lot
what
of
we're
work to be
talking
done.
about.
There's a lot
A
of
lot of work to be done.
Register to vote, please. Register to vote.
Yeah, word.
And get absentee ballots if you need to. Even though Trump is trying to suppress.
New York is what?
Voting by
June
mail.
23rd is New York?
I don't know that for a fact, but I think vote.org is the site that you can kind of get an idea of where you stand. But if anything, all of this has shown us is that voting is very fucking important.
Super.
June 23rd, yeah.
Super important.
And not to be cliche, but we always mention it, voting on a local level.
Yes.
The mayors hire
number one
the
thing.
chiefs of police. The mayors appoint the judges. All of these happen within our control. Make sure you make
Local voting is the most important thing, period.
Yeah, and I know it's a lot of work to keep track of it, so I would implore us and anybody else with a voice to maybe siphon through some things and make it easier for people to decipher, because there's a lot of candidates, there's a lot of platforms, there's a lot of shit. It's a lot for a lot of people to figure out. Mm-hmm. So I will be personally working hard to point people in the right direction, hopefully, in my opinion. Anyway.
Me too. You're not alone in that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Mike. Thank you, God, for getting us all here today. Hopefully we make it back.
Mm-hmm.
Great pod, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Still rough times out there, but there are some signs of encouragement. Thank you, God. New York City talking about opening up soon. Thank you, God. Mo, what's up? We flying out of here this weekend? Come on. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Not this weekend.
Nah.
We got to set up another weekend, though, for sure.
I'm tired of this curfew
I
shit.
don't really feel like traveling.
I don't either.
I booked a flight.
I know you did. You got your hand on the trigger.
Got a voucher?
Just in
You ain't
case.
going to shoot that shit,
Just
though.
I don't think
You
I'm
ain't
gonna
going
go.
to shoot that
I don't
shit.
think I'm
You
gonna
ain't-
go.
I know you. You're not doing
It's
that.
nice to know that you could, though.
You know what it is? I be feeling one way one night. All right, hold up, man. This nigga making me sad. Hold up. Oh, did I just play the same thing? Hold up.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry. There we go. I be feeling one way one night.
Mm-hmm.
And then the closer it get to the flight, I be like, maybe I could do this.
Yeah.
Because Saturday's here now, but Saturday going to come and I ain't going to do shit. I'll be right in the house.
Yeah.
Bored.
I'm the same way.
And Saturday night going to come and I'm going to say, why the fuck didn't I just get on a plane?
Yeah.
But
We'll
whatever.
give it a few more weeks, man.
Get yourself a mask, man. You'll be good.
I got a million masks. I'm ready to go somewhere that's open.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Little diner is open down the street, but that ain't enough for
That
me,
ain't it.
man.
That ain't the feel. You're trying to restore it, but it's
It's not there yet. July.
That's not the feeling?
not. Yeah, nah.
July, I could see it. I don't know what they got planned for Independence Day. Not like we have Independence.
Right.
But we'll see what they got planned for then. Until Wednesday, we will be back, man. I want to thank y'all for listening. I want to shout out the essential workers yet again. I want to shout out anybody that may be friends, family, or just a loved one of somebody that they have lost this year or last year. Shout out to anybody that's having a hard time. Do not forget to call your therapist, please. Shout out to the alternate universe that they say is right next to ours. I don't know if that's the alternate universe or if we're in the alternate universe, but shout out to whoever's over there.
They're shouting us out on the other side.
Yeah, hopefully.
Same time.
And until next time, man, we will be here Wednesday. Don't forget, keep us in your prayers. Lord knows we need to be there. Until the next time, I bid you adieu, farewell, hasta la vista, arrivederci, adios, so long, goodbye. Remember, life is a series of moments. and moments pass, so let's make this one last as if it's all that we have. Until next time, y'all hold it down, man. Y'all got something fun happening this week and anything?
Nah,
Nope.
chilling.
A bunch of fucking losers I do this pod with.
Absolutely.
Curfew life.
The best in the game.
Best losers in the game.
Best losers in the game.
Let me give them some Marvin to go home with. Everybody enjoy your weekend, man. We'll be back soon. You heard?